Totally is.
No, it's not. I can see. Okay, you guys. So let's look at your answers. So Kiana said, I think a point needs one dimension, a line needs two dimensions, and a plane 4 dimensions. So really good guess. The only thing, Kiana, is that you didn't define what each is. But you did say the dimensions, and we'll kind of talk about those are accurate or not soon. So let's look at Israel. So a line is 2 dimensions. A line is something that will never end. Okay. So did you? No. You just came up with that? I just guessed. Okay. But you just didn't get to a point or a plane, right? Okay. So you guys, I really want you to work on that because otherwise there's no benefit to coming to webinars, right? If me what you're thinking. So Monique, I think Monique has a smiley face. I think there's a smiley face. Oh, see, I look at it backwards then. It's a smiley frown things. I think that a point is any one place that you start something good and is one dimension. A line is from point A to good and is 2 dimensions. And a plane is, what did you say? A plane. Oh, a plane. So we'll come back to that one. Actually, let me come over here so I can read it better on my computer compared to that one. And then, hang on a second. All right, so Monique, good start. Good start. You just need the plane. And then Danny, I know I was reading yours early. And again, a point. So you guys seem to be in a consensus about one dimension for a point. Good. And that a line is a straight line of measurement with 2 dimensions. And a plane has 6 dimensions. And if a machine that can fly in the air, I'm so okay. So I'm not really talking about a plane, Danny, in the sense of an airplane. I'm talking about that you take up space. You stand on a plane, like a plane takes up space, but that's fine. And Demetrius, a point where you have 2 spots and you're at one place and you need to get to another second place. And a line is a figure that is something that I don't know. And a plane is filed or okay. So come back. And then Dustin has looked it up. So the only thing is you don't have you have a definition for a line. You say that it doesn't end. But you don't have a definition for a point. Well, I guess actually you do have a definition. You said only location, so good. But you don't have a definition for a plane, but that's good. Okay, so you guys really, actually, frankly, you're doing pretty good with these. So the reason that I bring up, let me go back over here. So when you guys mute your, like on your computer or something, I think your sound is coming through. Yeah, there you go. So the one reason I bring up this point, line, and plane is because, like I said, these are fundamental building blocks of geometry, and they're really considered to be undefined, but we use them to define other things. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually talk about a point, a line, and a plane. We're also going to bring in their array because I'm going to show you guys how to label and notate these items, and then I want to talk about the definition of collinear and coplanar. Okay, so again, you guys, same things, important info to a successful Q3. So just remember, you guys, what you do today will pay off later. So if you mess around and you don't work, because this is already week 7, there's only 9 weeks. Oh no, our connectivity. I'll just continue with you guys. But if you do that, or maybe it came back, I don't know. Sorry, something happened with our connectivity. Let's see if we can get it back here. But anyway, if you do that, and then pretty soon you're out of time, and then you end up failing, guess what? You just have to take math again, right? So every time you fail, you have to keep retaking it, which prolongs your ability to graduate or move forward in your life. So if you're here and you're already in the class and you're already taking time to come to webinars and you're already taking time to do some assignments, might as well get it done and might as well pass. So you guys, just kind of a good reminder for you guys, because like I said, we are in week 7 and you don't want to just waste this quarter and have to redo it, right? Because you need 3 years of math to graduate. So you can't afford to fail too much math. And it's not that hard if you stay current with the assignments and you just watch the lesson. There's a lesson for every assignment, and so you just get little increments as you go. It's not too bad. The other thing you want to don't fall into the trap of is just to do work and get bad grades on it and never fix those grades. Because if you do that, then you know you're oh, Kiana can't see or hear me. Hang on. Oh, I know why. Hang on one second, you guys. All right. Because it all died. Let's go back here. Connectivity. It's only here. Okay, Kiana, hopefully that's better. I guess we got booted out, and so it must have turned off my mic and my picture. So hopefully you're good now. But anyway, so yeah, you guys, so just kind of to help remind you about being successful this quarter. Okay, so let's actually then go ahead and talk about a point. I think, Dustin, you looked up that it was just a location, right? And so that's what it is. A point is just a location. It doesn't actually have any dimensions, a point. It's just merely a location. So it's considered to have actually 0 dimensions, which is interesting because you would think it would have 1 dimension. But in fact, if you look at a line actually has 1 dimension. It can only go left or right, or up or down, but this is considered 1 dimension, whereas a plane is considered, considered to be 2 dimensional. And if you consider that each of these goes in both directions forever, and this goes in this direction forever, and this goes in this direction forever, a plane is considered 2-dimensional from that. But a line is actually only considered to have 1 dimension. It either has, well, it has length, right? Or I guess you could say it has width, whichever one you wanted to, but it doesn't have both. So a line is actually 1-dimensional, and a point is no dimensional. Kind of interesting, huh? One other thing that I wanted to bring up with a line, because that's going to be important that we differentiate between a line and array, is that a line goes in either direction infinitely, forever. We can't draw that on our paper, so we just use that with arrows. But when you guys were graphing in previous quarters in Core 1 and you drew a line on a graph, it was just understood that that line continued, up and to the right or down and to the left forever until infinity. It never stops. Okay, so that's the key characteristic of a line. Same thing with a plane. Actually, a plane goes in every direction forever. It's just you can't draw that on a piece of paper, right? Because the paper is not that, doesn't have that many dimensions. But a plane goes forever. And the thing about a plane, this is what I was kind of trying to hint at to you guys before, is that a plane houses a line, right? You can have a line in a plane. You can have points in a plane. So you can have those things in a plane. And so if you think about it, we use a point to help us define a line because a line is actually made up of an infinite number of points. Okay, so I can put an infinite number of points together and that forms a line. And then a plane is also made up of an infinite number of points going out in multiple directions. But typically a point, line, and a plane are considered not defined in geometry. All right, you guys, questions on a point, line, and plane that way?
No.
Justin, good. Kiana, Danny, how are you guys over there? Any questions about that at all? Okay, good. Okay, good. Taking notes. Perfect. Okay, so what I want to help you guys understand then is the second objective in here. Actually, let's go back. Or the first objective. We want to notate and label a point, line, ray, and plane. So people always get messed up with that. So what I want to show you guys is how we do that. So let's just take, for example, I'm going to do over here, I'm going to write this is a line. Okay, and I'm going to put some points. Now remember there's an infinite number of points. So I can have however many points I want, but I'm just writing them so you can see them. So we have points A, B, and C. So if I want to notate or label this line, well, first of all, I've already labeled it because I've got points on it, and everything, a line, a point, a plane, a ray, we're going to talk about all those, has to have some sort of label on it. So I've got labels on it, but the way we notate this is kind of cute, right? You do like a little miniature line, and then you pick any 2 points on the line, and it doesn't matter which order, right? Because the line goes to the left forever, and it goes to the right forever. Okay, so I could pick BC, I could pick BA, I could pick CA, I could pick CB. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 2 points and I'm going to write those points down below my line. So if you're taking notes, when you notate a line, you need 2 letters and you need a little miniature line above it. Okay, so that's how you do a line. So let's go on to, for example, a ray. So a ray has an endpoint on one side, so that means it doesn't go forever. But then on the other side, it has an arrow. So that means it goes to the right, the way my arrow is, forever. Okay? So if I put some labels on here, so I'm going to put an R here, and I'm going to put an S here. If we are going to notate array, we have to notate it just like the line. We have to put a little miniature ray up above, and then we have to pick 2 letters. But it's really important that order matters. Okay, because if I did SR, that would mean that my arrow is going to the left and not to the right. So I have to do R first and then S second. Okay, and I could even have another point in here. I could have like a V in here, let's just say. And I could call this RV if I wanted to, or VS if I wanted to, as long as the last point, as long as they're in order. So this last point S or V, whichever is to the farthest right, has to be to the farthest right here. Okay, does that make sense? You guys, Demetrius, Israel, Monique, is it good? Okay, so that's a line and array. So let's look at a point. Actually, we didn't talk about a point yet. So if you've got a point, because it's only a location, you just label it with a capital letter like, I don't know, let's give it a letter like X. We'll call that point X. And that's how you label a point. Okay, so that's kind of simple. And then last but not least, you guys, we have a plane. And so you just usually see planes drawn like this, but remember they go in every direction forever. So when you label a plane, when you notate a plane, you need to pick 3, and it's called non-collinear points. So does anyone want to guess what collinear means? What does collinear mean? Look, Kiana and Danny are typing. You guys can type too.
We can just tell you.
You could just tell me also. 3 non-collinear points. All right, I tried to Siri it. Oh, that's funny, Danny. Probably would be able to tell you, but non-collinear. Yeah.
You just say collinear.
I think so, collinear.
But what's non-collinear? What would that be?
The opposite of collinear.
It would be the opposite, but what?
Isn't it just
Non-collinear? Is what? Say it again, Demetrius.
non-collinear? Wouldn't it just be linear?
No, actually,
It wouldn't.
no. A good guess. That's a good guess. Good guess. So sorry, Kiana, I wasn't paying attention to your text. So you said it will not go straight. Oh, good. It will run into another and change direction. Okay, so you're on the right track. So you guys, this is where collinear comes into play. Collinear means not on the same line. So not, so kind of like Demetrius, what you were saying, you at least brought up linear. So this would be not linear, the opposite. So non-collinear means not linear. So collinear means on the same line. Like co means together. Like we're all together. We have a co-meeting. We're together. So collinear means all together on the same line. Like look at the yellow line. ABC, those are 3 collinear points because they're all together, right? So if we're going to name a plane, we need 3 non-collinear points, so they can't form a straight line. Like if you look at, and I tried to draw them, but it's kind of hard to tell. This top point is B, this middle one is D, and this is A. I couldn't name this plane, you know, B, D, A, because those are all on the same like line. Those are all collinear. So I'd have to pick 3 different points. So I would have to call this plane, I don't know, like maybe C, A, B, or something like that. Cab. We'll call it cab. Okay. So now that you understand collinear, if you think about coplanar, what does coplanar mean then? Coplanar. Coplanar. Yes. Close. Very good guess. Points in the same what? That would be collinear. You described collinear. So what's coplanar? Kiana, you're great, but except for you're describing lines, and we're talking about, well, the lines could be coplanar. So, no. Tony, can you guess from you? So what does co mean? Together. And what's plane? What's a plane? That two-dimensional shape we have? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. That's why you have to practice, right? So you have to practice putting things in words. That way you get better at it, Demetrius. That way you get better. So Kiana's typing. So things that are coplanar. Let's see what Kiana says first. What, say it again. What did you say?
I don't know really how to kind of put it in words.
It is hard. But are they two different shapes? Okay. Do they have different dimensions? Okay. So Kiana's pretty good. The planes points will stay together for an infinite time going in all directions. So coplanar means they're on the same plane. So that's pretty good. Same plane. Whatever it is, whether it's lines or points, if they're on the same plane, they're coplanar. So you guys look down at that diagram to the right. Do you guys see that on your screen? How many planes are represented there? 2. So do you guys see point E up there?
Yeah.
And do you guys see point C down below?
Yeah.
Are those coplanar? No, not according to this, right? They're on 2 different planes. Now, if I drew another plane going kind of cutting through that, then we could say they're maybe coplanar. But if you just look at those 2 planes, they're not on the same plane. Okay. All right, you guys, so let's do this. In your notepads, type A, B, C, D. This is how we're going to wrap up. So I better see A, B, C, D from you guys. Lickety split. All right, I'm glad you guys are typing. Excellent. Guys are typing now. All right, so what I want you to do, based on our discussion, up above actually, look up above, right under the week 7. You guys see those notations that have PQ by them?
Yep.
Do you see them? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to assign them, okay? So, Dustin.
1.
Okay, I'm going to put like letters by him for who you guys. Dustin, you're taking A.
No.
So you describe what that notation means. So
Not
that's
paying
you.
attention.
Well, try to guess then.
Line,
Monique,
P,
you're
and Q.
B. I'm just going to put an M for Monique.
I win.
And then you guys, we're all going to get a share because we have other ones. So you have to describe it in your notepad. Demetrius, you're C.
Oh, nice.
And, no, you're D. I mean, you're C. And then Kiana, I'm going to make you be D for now. So everyone that did not get one is going to be getting one over here. So just so you know. So Dustin, you're A.
Yeah.
Monique is B. I know you don't have one yet. Demetrius is C. Kiana is D. Okay, so then I'm going to come down here. For student 1, that's going to be Israel. What? So did you just hit a button or something? Did that before? Okay, just close out and then reconnect and you'll be fine.
I win. Done.
Okay, so Israel, did you already type it in there, Dustin?
We're done.
We'll see. We'll see. You might have one more. Hang on.
No, don't give me another one.
Oh, I might.
No.
Did you get back in, Israel? Yeah. Okay, so Israel. Okay, Danny, you're number 2. So you're taking this one. And then, hoping I'm not leaving anybody out. You're number 3? Oh, you want to do number 3? All right, Demetrius, you're number 3. I'm just going to write D. And then Dustin, you're also doing student 4.
No, I'm not doing anything. No, I'm done.
Student 4.
No, I'm done.
Kiana, you're student 5. And then I have one more. I'll go back to you, Danny. I'm going to have you be student 6. All right, you guys. So everybody has an assignment. Some people have 2 assignments. Sorry, not everybody has 2. So actually, in your notepads, you don't have to necessarily do A, B, C, or D anymore. Sorry, you guys. I assigned roles. So go ahead and do what you're assigned. So like Dustin, you are A on the top and student 4 on the bottom. Israel, you're only doing 1. You're student 1. So on the bottom part, you have to just decide whether the statement is true or false. So all you guys have to do is type true or false. That's all you have to do.
False.
And Monique, you are only B on the top. So if you get one on the top, you have to actually describe what it means. Like, is that a line? Is that a ray? Is that a... And then if you get one that you don't know, just put a guess. Because there was one in there that we didn't completely talk about that Dustin has. That's why I gave it to him. Since he's a Googler.
What?
And then Kiana, you are D, and then you are student 5. Are you done?
Yeah. Where's the question?
Demetrius, you are C up at top, right?
Yep.
And then you are also student 3.
Yep.
Did you get those 2?
Nope, my computer died.
Computer died. Actually, it's okay. You can come, well, Demetrius, did it really die?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at what you guys have. So we're going to go with Dustin A.
It's a line
Where did you type it?
in a notebook.
Are you student 1?
Yeah.
Line PQ. Okay, so that is actually a really good guess, Dustin.
line.
And I set him up on purpose because he's sitting next to me, so that way he won't be so sad. It's actually because notice there's no arrows on it.
Yeah, so it doesn't end.
No,
line.
and arrows. If you have
Oh, it's a
arrows,
line.
then it's a line. If there's no arrows, then does it end? Think about it logically. Would it end?
No.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, it would. Very good. It would end exactly. So keep having all these things popping up. Sorry, you guys. So it would end. So actually, you guys, if you see it like what Dustin has, with no arrows, it's a line segment. Thanks, Dustin. Thanks for my guinea pig.
Yeah.
All right, I had to send him up. Okay, Monique, for B, B is a line going in one direction, never ending. True. So what do we call those? What do we call those if you only go in one direction? Do you see the little RS right there in blue? Do you know what that's called? Yes. It is a starts with an R. Monique, array. Array. And Danny, yes, if you have an arrow, it represents that it goes forever. Exactly right.
No.
So Monique, one arrow is array. All right, Monique. How do you feel about that? Okay, so C. Let's see. Demetrius, what did you say for C? He's sitting here, so we'll get his answer. What is C?
Where's the question? Why'd you put that?
Up at the top. Here, come over here, actually, Demetrius. Come over here. Come this way.
Describe each of
So
these.
right here, what is that represent?
The line.
Very good. It is a line. It is line PQ. Nice job. All right, Kiana D. You said QP means. Oh wait. You need a chair. Demetrius, you want to get a chair?
No,
We're
I'm
almost
okay.
done. Okay, hold on,
Just
Kiana.
cover your camera like that.
No, it's wrong computer. It's the one right there.
What if I just
Um,
cover your camera like that?
Share the same line. This line never goes so easy. So. Okay, Kiana. Oh, wait. I'm redoing it. Oh, okay. So Kiana, I'm gonna come back to you. Okay. So you're gonna tell me what this is right here. Okay. So okay, guys, scoot down, Israel. Scoot down. All right, Demetrius, you stay. Okay. So let's go to Israel. What did you say for student 1? Did you write it in your box?
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Are you student 4?
Yes. No, 6. Right there.
Oh, never
Oh, I
mind.
thought you were right there.
Oh, I did. I thought you were in a different place. Okay, so So on number 1, points A, B, and C are collinear. That is false. That is true. Exactly. They do not form the same line. Good. Okay, Danny, student 2, what did you put? Danny, I think you're in pink. I have to scroll down. This is really hard to do that on this one. Israel. Oh, sorry, Danny, I see it. So student 2 is false. Okay, so points A, B, and C are coplanar. Okay, Danny, let me ask you, are they on the same plane? They're not on the same line, but are they on the same plane? So yeah, Danny, that's what coplanar means, on the same plane. So what do you think? Yes, yes, very good. So that's actually true. Good. Okay, Demetrius,
Yeah.
point F lies on line DE, does it?
No.
No, good. It does not.
So it'd be false.
It would be false. Perfect. And then Dustin, student 4, does line DE lie on plane DEF? What did you put?
No.
What? No. So Dustin says no, line DE does not lie on plane DEF. Are you sure?
I'm not paying attention. No, I am not paying attention.
Pay attention. Look at line DE. Do you see it? Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. What plane is it on?
The other.
Which one?
It's the one that's going this way. It's going this way. It's going this way.
They're going the same way.
No, they're not. Because one
Dustin, what plane?
this way.
Point to it.
This way.
Okay, point to what plane you think it is. Point to line DE. Show me DE. Where's line DE?
Right there.
Okay, so what plane is that on? Well, how many planes do you see right there? Two. So is it in, which plane is it in, the top one or the bottom one?
Top.
Okay, and how many letters do you need to name a plane?
3.
And do they need to be collinear or non-collinear?
I'm seeing the measurement.
What did we say up here? Somewhere.
Sure.
So is this so if I
Not
call
linear.
okay, so look at this. If I call this plane, can I call that plane DEF? Can I call that DEF? Okay, sure. So does that line lie on that plane DEF?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to go to Kiona. All right, so Kiona, student 5, and then we'll go back to your other one. Does BD and DE intersect? BD and DE. And those are lines. So Kiona, let me see. Hang on, let me. Wait, hang on, Kiona. Student 5, you said yes. The lines never end. Very good. So true. So lines BD, you guys look at it, and DE, they do intersect. That is true, Kiona. Good. And then if we go back to your other one, you said that QP is a ray, and that is exactly right. That's D up at the top. That is definitely a ray. Good job. All right, last one, Danny. Line BD is the intersection of plane ABC, this bottom one, and plane DEF. Is that line the intersection? That's kind of a tricky one, too. So what do you think? You said true. Now, I see why you guys said true, but line BD right here is passing through, but it's not actually the intersection. So if you guys can see on your window up here, if you have two planes that intersect, they would look like, they would have to intersect like that. Like if you look at my hands, can you guys see that? Yeah?
Now I'm doing it right.
Okay. So actually, it was a really good guess, Danny. That was another setup one because we hadn't really talked a lot about that. So the two planes do not intersect, actually. That line passes through and intersects each plane, Danny, but the two planes do not intersect. And so that's kind of tricky. Exactly. So unless they overlap, they won't intersect. Exactly right. Very good. All right, you guys, so for your ticket out today. I want you to describe, so hopefully you guys are paying really good attention, how a point, line, and plane are all related and why they are the starting place for geometry. Anybody have any last questions? And I will post that question actually in the discussion. So, any questions? Any questions, Monique? No? Dustin? No? Israel? No?
No.
Kiona, Danny? All right, you guys. Danny, Asana, Monique, you're erasing all your stuff. Okay, so it looks like you guys are good. Okay, perfect. So then go into the discussion right now while it's fresh in your mind and answer the question. Thanks, you guys. I'll see you all later.